Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nerd Den here once again, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a little bit of a discussion video where I want to get you all involved in the comment section or something like that. So we've just had the premiere of Revolution of the Daleks. That was a pretty good episode, if I'm being honest. I gave it an 8 out of 10 in my review, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. There were certain parts of the episode I didn't enjoy, that I felt were rushed due to a lot of things going on. And you know what? I am going to be asking the question today, the very important question, and this was actually raised in the BBC's marketing for Revolution of the Daleks. They basically described it, or well, some journalists as well, described it as Jodie Whittaker's best ever episode, and that is a question that I want to bring to you all today. Is it actually the best episode in Jodie's era? Because obviously, yeah, we got the Daleks, and I do think, personally, that Chris Chibnall is better at writing for older villains. The things he's done for the Daleks already is fantastic. For Resolution, it took me a while to get behind the concept, because I did want another Earth invasion story, and I was kind of disappointed when Resolution wasn't that. But looking back on it now, it was a pretty good episode, and it's a fresh take on the Daleks that I enjoyed. I enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see where that goes in the future. And then, obviously, Revolution of the Daleks, well, I really enjoyed it, and I felt like it was good, to see the Daleks as a threat again, and obviously getting a few invasions here and there. It was really good. And then we got the Cybermen as well. In Series 12, Chris Chibnall did an amazing job with them, and I really enjoyed that. And then the Master, Sacha Dhawan, perfect casting, I loved it. So, yeah, the whole point of this video is just me, trying to think, is this the best episode in Jodie Whittaker's era? And I'm going to answer in this video. Or I'm going to try to anyway. It's kind of like a non-scripted sort of thing, you know how it is. But yeah, Series 11 for me personally wasn't a good series. It was a good debut series for a Doctor, but at the same time, I felt like it was lacking all the villains, and it felt very separated from continuity. Then Series 12 came along, and then it was suddenly like, oh shit, we're getting Gallifrey, we're getting Time Lord mythology, we're getting returning villains, and it was crazy. And, well, Revolution of the Daleks is the latest episode. We could be having 8 more episodes with Jodie before she leaves. That hasn't been confirmed yet. I'll be doing a separate video on when that could be potentially confirmed. But anyway, yeah. So Revolution of the Daleks, there was a lot riding on it because we had another gap between the end of the series and this special. A little bit longer than usual, but I digress. And then obviously with the way last year was as well, a lot of people were just looking forward to this special because there was a time where people thought this was going to be the last episode of Doctor Who for a long time. But thankfully, Series 13 is filming now, and yeah, we are going to be getting that later this year. But anyway, yeah, some pretty exciting stuff. Revolution of the Daleks, yes. Well, I would like to say that, personally, I do think it is one of Jodie's best yet. Kind of, yes. I know, not a definitive answer. Basically, for Jodie's acting in this episode, it was good. We finally get to see some more emotions with her companions and everything like that. A good dynamic with Ryan and Graham and Yaz. And then obviously with Captain Jack there as well. And, we get more quieter scenes as well. Instead of using dialogue to explain what's going on, we get more quieter scenes where the Doctor's just thinking, especially in the prison. And that's why I love the prison scene so much. Just having the Doctor, just think, and you can just see the emotion on her face, and that is what makes the Doctor the Doctor. They don't have to be constantly talking or talking to themselves. They are the Doctor for the reason, you can just see the emotion, the distraught on her face, and that is what I like about that episode. But I have got to say, though, whilst I do think it is Jodie Whittaker's best episode yet, in my opinion, and I thoroughly enjoyed Series 12, and obviously, as I said before, I wasn't a fan on Series 11 that much, but yeah, Revolution of the Daleks for me was yeah. And that scene with the Doctor in the TARDIS, or the second TARDIS, with all the Daleks flying in, that for me was one of the Doctor defining moments that will probably be the right, retrospectively in the next few years will be like one of the defining moments that we all look back on, because I do feel like that is going to be like the highlight of her era. I don't know, I just loved it very much. Like, just watching that, it was pretty much, yeah, the Doctor facing and defeating the Daleks. I loved it so much. But yeah, Revolution of the Daleks for me, you know, there's a lot of things going on, and as I said in my review as well, there are some things that were rushed. Okay, the prison break I do think should have been longer, and it was a little bit of a mislead from, you know, what the marketing was saying, because, you know, the marketing was being like, yeah, how do the fam stop the Daleks without the Doctor? And obviously the Doctor escapes within the first 10 minutes of the episode. That was kind of a little bit misleading, but again, you know, it was a surprise from the formula that a lot of us had been theorising about for the past 10 months or so. So, yeah, apart from that, and then obviously the companion exits, I didn't really feel any emotion, because for me, personally, this series was like the previous series, there wasn't a lot going on except for with Yaz. Ryan and Graham kind of felt like spare parts. It was very unfortunate in my opinion, because Graham and Ryan got a lot of good development in Series 11, and yeah, I just kind of felt like they were just spare parts in Series 12, so, yeah, it was just one of them, unfortunately. But anyway, you know what? Revolution of the Daleks, it was kind of like, yeah, the Doctor finally got a chance to speak to Ryan and everything like that, and have, like, a good dynamic scene with him, and have some good emotions. But for me, personally, it was left very late, and, yeah. It is such a shame that obviously due to the three team member dynamic, it just didn't really work out in this episode's favour, as obviously the way that structure's kind of well, it hasn't helped get every member of the team's personality across, and it hasn't given them enough time to shine by themselves. It hasn't really been that good for this episode when they leave, because, well, for me, I had no emotional care for them leave, and if it was later down the line in Series 13, then yes, maybe if they kept up the emotional themes expressed in this episode, but it wasn't. So yeah, but apart from those two things, Revolution of the Daleks for me was one of the best, if not the best, for Jodie Whittaker's era. And yeah, the whole purpose of this video is just me basically, you know, just completely obsessing over this episode because I loved it for so many different reasons. And yeah, watching it, it felt like Doctor Who. And I was worried as well, because obviously being a YouTuber and stuff, like, I was covering this episode a lot. Like, a lot. And, you know, doing, like, loads of theory videos and discussing rumours and everything like that. I was worried I was going to get my hopes up too high about this episode. But I wasn't disappointed. And, yeah, it is definitely the best for Jodie Whittaker's era, in my opinion. Like, Series 13 might raise the bar more, but I will always say this will be one of the best. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning into this very random video here. I just thought to make the video because I am loving watching Revolution of the Daleks. It's a really good episode, and if you haven't seen it already, then watch it, because it is actually really good, in my opinion. But yeah, I absolutely enjoyed the episode. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in today. If you have enjoyed this video, leave a like rating and subscribe for more nerdy content, and I'll see you all on the next video.